wishes to you.
I want to say you owe it to yourself to play Morrowind, but that sounds like really up on my own ass. So what I want to say instead is that I love this game, and I think that you could do worse than play it.
Please, by all means, I'm listening.
Alright, so now we're in Caldera.
And good wishes to you.
Now we're looking for a manor full of orcs. It's around... that's the one, I think. So a bunch of buildings in Caldera. We'll visit Caldera more thoroughly in the future and actually give the place a proper, like, look through and try and experience this place too. But yeah, so Gorak Manor. This is a, yeah, it's a manor full of orcs. And it's messy and horrible.
There are many creatures beyond the cities. May your kills be quick and many.
Aside from having a local population of orcs, there's also this guy.
Citizen.
This is Creeper. Creeper is one of a few so-called monster vendors, meaning he is a monster creature that you can barter with. Now there's a trick to this. So Creeper has a bunch of gold. There is a mud crab, a sentient mud crab located somewhere in the south that has even more gold. Don't ask, it's just there. It's a sentient mud crab. Congratulations if you happen across it. So, a thing about Creeper is he has a bunch of gold, and we can't ever haggle with him. Because he doesn't have a disposition. Because he's a monster. It's not a person. So we can't affect anything. But that also means that he's not bound by the same restraints that the other. Like, he's not greedy. He's not trying to like get one up on us by offering us a shitty price. He'll just take the value. So in this case, it's worth 660. Boom, 660 right there. We can't go up. We can't go down. We'll just take the 660. I mean, well, I guess we might be able to go down, but we can't. We definitely can't go up on this. Can't overcharge him. So let's sell him the Dreamer coins. Let's sell him. He doesn't buy this. Do we sell the ebony? It's worth a lot, but it's also an alchemy ingredient. I guess we'll keep it, just because we can. I'll definitely be selling them. Actually, I'll be selling. Let's sell it. It's so heavy. He doesn't buy it. Of course he doesn't buy it. Okay, never mind then. That settles that for us. Got the bongo groove going in the background. Alright, but yeah, so now we'll earn a bunch of cash. He sells a drum. That's cute. Okay. So if we wanted to, we could trek back and forth or cast Mark and Recall and just go to Creeper every time we want to sell something and see if he'll buy it. And that would earn us a lot more money, a lot swifter. I probably won't. Again, because for some reason I've just decided that maybe I won't use Creeper or Monster Vendors that much this game.
Greetings. What shall we talk about?
Estini, I have been known to lower the willpower of anyone who I associate with, so don't worry about it. This is a perfectly natural response. Most of the time, however, it doesn't take the shape of people buying stuff, it takes the shape of people going, oh, stop, please. Alright, let's go to Balmora, and then we'll see if we can get closer to... what's the closest we can get? The closest we can probably get to this place is Wolverine Hall. I guess... Nah, we'll take the Silkstrider to Suran or to... What was the other place? Molakmar. And then we'll figure stuff out from there. But first, let's dump this heavy, heavy junk back in our house. Yeah, my ranting can absolutely drag on. I've heard it said that like when you do streaming and so on, some people have to get used to like doing a stream of consciousness thing. I don't. I have to try and stop myself, and because when I do stream of consciousness, it's just this like wobbly mess of uncoordinated thoughts that just like fucking replace each other at a moment's notice. My brain doesn't work like normal people's brains work, it appears. Either that or I just don't have the discipline to stick with a thought for more than 5 minutes. But you know, what can you do? That's fine. Alright, so let's go to Morlock or Suran, depending on our convenience.
Where would you like to go?
Alright, Suran it is. And yeah, then we just head northeast. So, we'll also be taking a closer look at Suran in the future, but let's just walk through the streets for a moment, appreciate the place. Have the House of Earthly Delights, which is absolutely what it sounds like. It is a bordello / strip club. Yep, the Khajiit hat. For some reason, you know, we don't cover up the Khajiits. Because reasons. But yeah, so, yeah, that's a thing that exists. I don't remember if there's any work to be done in there, or if it just exists to, like, lend an atmosphere to the place, but, man. We'll find out in the future. Well, welcome to Twitch then. I am pleased to have you here. I am very glad to be your first. Alright, let's just there's a cliff racer up there. Well, we're still gonna fly it because I mean, we're not gonna hoof it. We could, I guess, but why bother when we can fly? He says, failing the casting again and again and again. Yep. There we go. I mean, I've never been here with this mod on. It looks absolutely gorgeous. These trees are so cool. Oh, this is nice. So, let's just hang here for a second. That thing just down there, that is a Dunmer stronghold. An old building of Dunmer of yon times forgotten. And in each of those places, there is what is called a propylon chamber, which is a built-in teleportation mechanism in the game that we can totally discover at our leisure and work with. So let's absolutely do that, right? Once we've done this, let's go back here. There's also one like over here, I think, north of Lawad. We can go there. I'll show you. That's also like a good place for us to just like kill some fools, get some loot. It's good like basic dungeoneering stuff. You can actually, so just to join the conversation happening in chat about the level cap. Yes, there is a level cap in the sense that you can't level beyond your major or minor skills. Once you have leveled all those up to max, then you can no longer level. However, there's always a however in this game. This game also comes strapped with, and I don't know whether this is obviously an exploit if you use it like that, but I just, yeah, there's a bunch of stuff going on in this game that could be called an exploit. In this game, you could take a, there's a spell that you can learn that is called Drain. There's a bunch of stuff you can drain, like drain strength, drain intelligence, drain willpower, drain alchemy, drain marksmanship, drain whatever. You can use these spells to target certain attributes. So if you know you're going into a stronghold full of orcs, you can get some scrolls of drain whatever weapon they would use, or you can maybe you know that spell yourself. You can then use that to hamper them, to stop them from attacking you by basically draining their weapon skill to nil, right? You can be like, haha, you can't hit me. However, you can also use that to temporarily, if you want to, fashion it into a self-targeting spell, so you can drain your own skills, and once you've done that, the game counts them as being nil. It counts them as being whatever you drain them to. So if you drain it from 100 to 1, now it's 1. That counts for the purpose of training too. So you can then train once you have reduced your skill, and then you can keep going level up. At some point, I think you'll break the game doing this, but I don't know because I've never tried it. Yeah, it's definitely an exploit. But you can do it. There's a bunch of stuff. Oh dear, we're falling. Potion. Whew. And we're flying again. Yeah, there's a bunch of stuff you can exploit in this game. Basically because of how many, how vast a set of options it provides. Half of them are open for abuse. Even though they function like you would imagine they were intended to. Alchemy is a good example of this. There it is. This is what we're looking for. With alchemy, you can create a potion using alchemy that boosts your intelligence. You can make a potion that fortifies your intelligence. But since intelligence is the stat you use to do alchemy with, that means that the next potion you craft, if you take that potion and drink it, then the next potion you craft will be better. So you get a bunch of materials you can use to craft intelligence potions. You craft one, you drink it, then you craft the next, then you drink that, and your intelligence just keeps climbing and climbing and climbing and climbing until it's in the thousands, if that's what you want it to be. And the potions you then make while your intelligence is in the thousands are staggeringly powerful and enormously expensive. They last forever. They have high yields. But again, this is something that people consider an exploit. But on the other hand, to me at least, yeah, it might work like that, right? It's magic. It's like a magical alchemical process that you figure out, you can use to basically put yourself into this loop, and you get rewarded for trying it, which is awesome to me. Oh dear. Die, you annoying... There we go. Alright, let's find the entrance while we can still fly. There it is. Alright, cool. We have the Boots of Blinding Speed, so at some point we might decide to just hoof it, around, explore the world from, the worm's eye perspective. Instead of soaring over it like a majestic fucking wizard. Yep, you just have to wait them out, that's true. How much do you want to wager there's something bad behind this door? Ah, it's a person! Ah, I was right! I mean, hello?
Well, hello there. A pleasure to meet you.
Sure, I'm supposed to get a report from you. I am Senilius Cadiusus, and this is my daughter, Pania. I am excavating these Dwemer ruins. Did Gwenda send you? I'm afraid I don't have an excavation report for her. I don't exactly have an excavation report for her. Tell Edwina everything is fine. We just had a few setbacks. Our native guide, Anis Vendu, is missing. He was taking notes for our next excavation report and must have taken it with him when he disappeared. Somehow he must have gotten into the lower levels? Would you try to find him? Sure. Hello, Pania Cadiusus. I'm fine, thank you. What can I do for you? I've been worried about him. Right before he left for the lower levels, he kept saying something about the test of patterns. I hope he's alright. If you must talk about this boring excavation business, you should talk to my father, Senilius. Yeah, she definitely doesn't want to be here. Suck it up, girl. It's a shame, but your dad's in the biz. These are worth? This is not. This is not worth. Is it worth? Yes, it is. It's worth. Okay. Yoink.
Well met, Outlander.
I'm just plundering these ruins. I hope you don't mind. I mean, you are too, right? Yeah, I totally forgot picking up Night Eye, but it's fine. I still have a bit of light on my person that's not run out, so we'll be fine. We'll look into the Night Eye business soon. These are not worth, and these are heavy as fuck. Ah, this is so cool. This is an observatory. Ah, I love these places. So you can find ruins that have these observatories in them. You might know these from Skyrim or Oblivion or whatever. But yeah, first time I saw this, like tiny little old, whatever, like 12-year-old Daniel or whatever, I pissed my pants. I was so ecstatic to find a place like this because I thought it was the coolest thing I had ever seen. I'm sorry, I must have missed the weapon you're talking about. What spear are you referring to? Let's go to the test of patterns. So these patterns are the same. These patterns are not. So there are 2 broken, 1 whole. All of these are just rings. Let's try this one. Yep, there we go. One of these things is not like the others. Lower level. I hear a Centurion spider again. Where are you? It's up there, okay. Is it dead? It looks dead. Yeah, it is. Okay. Ow. Ow. Okay, we got it. So, this is a Sphere Centurion. Luckily, it's inactive. Hanging Gardens of Waston Corridale. How long is this? It's 2 pages. Okay. This book was apparently written in Dwemer and translated to Altmeris. Only fragments of the Altmeris is readable, but it may be enough for a scholar of Altmeris to translate fragments of the other Dwemer books. A guide to Altmer Estriel, led with foot flames, for the town center where lay the dead quadrangular gardens. Ask the foundations and chains and vessels their naming places. Why they did not use solid sound to teach escape from the earth bones, nor nourish them with frozen flames. The word I shall have once written of this arts our lesser cousins speak of when their admirable ignorance, but neither words nor experience cleanses the essence of the strange and terrible ways of defying our ancestors' transient rules. The translation ends with a comment in Dwemer in a different hand, which you can translate: put down your ardent cutting globes. A word comprised literally only of consonants. Niptel? Niptelidet? I don't know. Your Altmeris has the correct words, but they cannot be properly misinterpreted. Cool. Let's grab that. I don't want your... Do I want your Kaizen dagger? I don't want your Kaizen dagger. You can keep it. I'll take your report though. Excavation report. Cool. Niche, whatever place. Excavation report 11. Our excavations have turned up little in these last few days. I have found nothing new in the ruins. Everything seems as clean and undisturbed as the day we first opened the outer doors. I know there are unexplored depths. I can feel massive Dwemer machinery still running beneath my feet, even as I write this, but I can find no way to get to it. You must not give up on us for lack of results in this soon, Edwina. I am sure a great discovery lies somewhere below. If only the secrets of Passwall were not lost nearly a generation ago. I think, yeah, with a few of those precious scrolls, we would be in the lower levels already where the real discovery is to be made. I am not sure, but I think this is a reference to D&D. I believe there is a spell in D&D called Passwall, which is what you would imagine, going through walls. There is some good news. I have also discovered that Mesuleft you were looking for. Apparently Mesuleft is the proper name for the large Dwemer ruin south of Dagon Fell. Be careful not to confuse them with the ruins of Nachadar nearby. How would you... Mesuleft and Nachadarak, whatever, it doesn't sound anything alike, but then I guess the others don't have a UI popping up when they hover over doors. The last of the Dwemer Centurion spiders in the upper levels was finally disabled and dismantled for study. I wish we could study them while they are still active, but that is far too dangerous. I also heard a strange story about the Centurion spider that we captured and sent back to Cyrodiil. The ship captain I hired wrote me with an odd story. He said that the spider nearly broke through its cage several times while near Vvardenfell, but once he left the Sea of Ghosts, the Centurion suddenly stopped working. What happened next shows that he had more wits than I gave him credit for. He ordered the ship turned about, and as they approached Vvardenfell again, the Centurion began moving just as suddenly. This is a curious phenomenon and certainly deserves more investigation. Your servant, Senelias Cadiuses. Yeah, this is super cool. So they're powered by, like, proximity? They are powered by the inherent magical quality of the Red Mountain? Or whatever else, whatever Dwemer mystery lurks beneath. In the Sadrith Mora Fighters Guild on the first quest. Yeah, I'll totally have a look at that. Thank you. Actually, before we leave, because we're probably not coming back, we could go upstairs and have a look. Let's look around this level. Get some cool blue lighting out. Nope, nothing here except flamey, horrible death. But there is an upstairs and we can fly. So, you know, let's go and have a look. Once we make sure there are no doors that we've missed. Oh dear. Alright, got it. And yeah, that's empty. Okay. We'll take that, and that, and that, and not that. More scrap metal. Glass. Glass and scrap metal. We are gonna be encumbered right now. Yep, okay. So, what to do? Because we'll need to cast a fly spell so we can go upstairs. I guess we'll put one of these back. We'll see if there's anything else going on. Oh, diamond. Salt? Nah. Okay. So, we save here, we cast the levitation spell, we drink the Sushuma, and then we fly upstairs and we see about looting everything else, and then we gate out of here. Actually, we can't get out of here, we need to hand in the quest first. Okay, new plan. Put the diamond back, go upstairs, talk about the dead guy down here, and then we'll teleport back once we've picked the place clean. Hello. The excavation report. You found the report. Deliver it to Edwina Elbert in Aldruin. I will continue my work here now that the lower levels are open. Perhaps we can make some more discoveries here, in honor of our deceased colleague, Anders Vendu. We will carry on our work in his honor. How horrible! No, please, don't tell me the details. Hanging Gardens. Frankly, all this study bores me. If you insist on talking about dwarves, you should talk with my father.
I see there is quite a bit of
Let's talk about Hanging
A
Gardens.
healer can help mend your wounds.
This book is written in both Glimmer and Altmeris. If you can find a scholar who can read Altmeris, this might well be the translation key that we've been looking for. This is a very exciting discovery. I only wish Anders Vendu could share it with us. Well, he probably did find the book, but you know, I mean, he's dead, so I'll just take that credit. Alright, so once we have done this, once we've looted this place as well as we're able, then we'll sell everything relevant. We'll deliver the quests to Edwina. We'll sell what remains in our inventory. We'll package the rest in Balmora, and then we'll go and talk to the Fighters Guild in Sadrith Mora, and we'll join up. And then we'll see about getting this spear. It sounds like a... oh dear. Ugh. Alright, there we go. And we didn't leave anything else. There are trap chests here. Okay. Get a probe out. Did we disarm this thing? There we go. This is not just dark to you, it's also completely pitch black to me. Alright, there's a bunch of stuff in here. Do we still have a scroll? We do. Alright. Time to prepare for flying. Come on. I'm so bad at alteration. Oh god. Finally. Okay. So now we chuck the Tsushima. And we are basically brain dead. Yep. Intelligence of 0. But we are very strong and very quick. Take that, and anything else? Take that, and we'll take that. And then we will get out of here. We will be casting Recall. There we go. We can't cast Recall, damn it. We'll be casting our CV Intervention and hoping for the best. Okay, peace out. Anyone here buy trash? I have a bunch of garbage for sale. Nope. Okay. Maybe outside. We're lucky. Oh yeah, this is more like Mara, isn't it? Yeah, this is like one of the Vivek cantons, but it's a city on its own. Where Vivek city is comprised of multiples. Okay, this is the slave market. That is not what we're looking for. Hostel? Nope.
How interesting.
We still need to drink some booze. Yeah, Creeper would be best, but we need a Mage's Guild concept. I guess we could take the Silt Strider. The Silt Strider will carry our asses all the way there, and then... Actually, that's a good call. Let's do it. Getting downstairs, however, is... whatever. Let's... where is it?
We make a special trip just for you. Same low price.
You think Divine Intervention will take us to Caldera from here? I think it'll take us to Ebonheart. We can just take the taxi.
Just for you.
Take the Silt Strider a couple of stops. There we go. Go to Balmora.
Where would you like to go?
And we pop another bottle of Tsushima. And we teleport to Caldera. And then we'll sell everything at Creeper.
Welcome, friend.
Greetings to you. Stay out of trouble, and you'll have none from me.
Tidings and good wishes to you.
There it is. We can make it on this bottle of Tsushima.
There are many creatures beyond the cities. Good hunting.
Sell the boots because they are crazy heavy. Sell all of this junk. You don't buy those? Okay. Yeah, that's fine. We'll take it. Alright, so far so good. We go back to Balmora, we dump all the things we want to keep in our stash, and then we go to Sadrith Mora.
Yes, Outlander, what
We should generally check the inventory of all the mages we come across, see if we find something that gives Night Eye that is not a weapon. I'll take that. Because Night Eye is supremely useful. These are good spells, but I don't have the capacity to cast them.
An adventurer, I presume.
You presume correctly, sir. First Barrier, Flame Atronach, Frost Atronach. These are good scrolls. Scroll of Summon Gold Saint. Okay, I need to remember your name. You are Forms Mirel. Okay, I'll remember that. Supreme Domination. Holy Handbasket. What the actual fuck? That is some sick scrolls and you have 10 of them. I mean, what? I don't remember you having those scrolls at all. Okay, fair. This is a good feather scroll. I'll keep that. What were we doing? Oh yeah, Balmora.
How does the day greet you, friend?
Trick with the with having a weapon with constant Night Eye is it's very useful. The problem we'll be facing is when that weapon becomes insufficient. I don't know if the spear itself has the stats we need to use it to fight. If it can match the bound spear, then we'll be fine. If not, then every now and then we may have to switch away from the from this Night Eye granting spear to use something a bit more potent. We could also sometimes cast a few spells, but you know, spells cost mana. It doesn't cost mana, it costs magicka. Alright, so we're out of storage space for this one. We'll use this. Those can't fit in there. Do we have a box that can hold 8 of these things? Can a barrel hold them? Nope. This has all my potions in it. Okay, this just barely can. Whatever, I'll accept that. We're messing up our order a bit, but we'll survive. If any of you have OCD, now is the time to turn off the screen. We can also tinker it here. Repair some stuff. Or fail at repairing some stuff. There we go. We'll just drop these here for want of a better place. Alright, I think we're done. Let's go to Sadrith Mora and join the Fighters Guild. Yeah, you're right. I guess my reputation is pretty high now. It's 4. Let's take a brief rest so we can get some magicka back. There we go. And we didn't get murdered by the Dark Brotherhood, which is good. Sup. Go to Sadrith Mora. And we need to remember we don't have our traveling permit for Sadrith Mora, so we need to go and deal with that when we leave. So now we're in Sadrith Mora. This is...
What can I do for you, friend?
as you can see, the Mage's Guild here is kind of cramped. Right? It's like, it's a... Yeah, this doesn't feel like a guild hall. There's a reason for that. So, it is an adjoining room in a tower. In a building that also hosts the Imperial Shrine. Which is also just, like,
Go ahead.
a single room, or in this case, I guess, 2 adjoining rooms with no door between them. This is part of Wolverine Hall. Wolverine Hall is this place. It's a castle. And I guess we'll wait so we can see it in the pristine light of day. Let's just wait for 6 hours. Alright. So, this is Wolverine Hall. As you can see, there are some pretty large mushrooms here. This is because we are in Telvanni territory. Hey there!
Can I help you?
I don't know that I'm the one who needs help, but, you know, whatever you got going on, you got going... I mean, this is mighty impressive and all. You do you beautiful snowflake. Alright, so, as I said, this is Telvanni territory. This is the Imperial Bastion here, and that is basically their only presence. The Telvanni do not suffer outsiders. They are extreme isolationists and cranky-ass old farts. They are Council of Mages in the most quintessential, archetypical fantasy Council of Mages style of Council of Mages. They want to be left alone so they can do their magic and their infighting in peace. And we're actually not allowed to be here right now, so if one of the guards stop us, we're in trouble. But let's just quickly go over to that giant mushroom over there and get our paper so we can be here. You will notice every building here is made of mushrooms. This house right here is a mushroom. We're inside a giant mushroom.
Well, this should be interesting.
Over there is a bigger mushroom, and up there is the chief mushroom of this particular place. This is the Wizard Tower of Sadrith Mora, and is the stronghold of the local Wizard Lord. Every Telvanni city, metropolis, place has a giant mushroom Wizard's Tower. And it's basically like, it's created from their magic. It's like old Dunmer magic that they use to influence the megafauna, megaflora of their island, and like warp the mushrooms into buildings. It's so supremely awesome that ever since I found out that it exists, I have just been madly in love with House Telvanni. Alright, so let's go out. Excuse ourselves. Thank you. This is the way we would come in if we didn't teleport from the Mage's Guild. Yeah, but you know, why not play into it, right? Of course we need to get our traveling papers, because of course the guardian of the inn will tell us we need the papers, so of course we need the papers. It doesn't, you know, it helps the matter even more that the actual papers are hilarious and we'll be reading them, because, you know. I am what is it? Angaredhel. I am Angaredhel, the prefect of hospitality here at the Gateway Inn. Shall I tell you about my trade? Or do you need hospitality papers? Or perhaps you are open to an offer of work? Let's talk about the hospitality papers. According to the collective articles of the Council of the Great House Telvanni, outhouse and outlander guests in Sadrith Mora may not travel in town or speak to or conduct business with the citizens, tradesmen or publicans, unless they have hospitality papers. This is for the comfort and safety of our guests. As prefect of hospitality for Sadrith Mora, I can provide you with these papers for 25 gold. Would you care to purchase these hospitality papers? Yes, I'll purchase the papers. Thank you. And here are your papers. They permit you to travel in town and speak to and conduct business with the citizens, tradesmen, and publicans, anywhere in Sartrith Mora. Of course, we hope you will stay with us here at the Gateway Inn. Travelers of all races, factions, and professions are welcome and made comfortable here. Cool. And we'll also talk to him about work, because that relates to the hospitality papers and is amazing. So let's actually just do that. A ghost is haunting our south turret bedchamber. As soon as we get rid of it, it reappears. We can't rent the room, and all the guests are in an uproar. The mage mistress Arara Uvulas, Master Neloth's mouth, came and took a look but said she couldn't see how to stop the haunting. If you can get rid of the gateway haunting permanently, I will offer you a choice from a number of valuable items from a local enchanter. There we go. We'll deal with that quest later, after we do the thing with the spear. But yeah, it relates to the hospitality papers that we will totally be reading now. Alright, let's get the hospitality papers going. Great Houses of Morrowind. Hospitality papers. Certification of Hospitality. By proclamation of House Telvanni, the House of Telvanni, Town of Sartrith Mora, District of Vvardenfell, by authority of the Sovereign Council of the Great House Telvanni and its several client and subsidiary houses and clans. Whereas at the general sessions of the Mage Lords and their mouths held for the district of the House of Telvanni at the town of Sartrith Mora on the 16th day of the second seed in the 421st year of the reign of our sovereign King Clarlu Athin Lethran, by the grace of all the gods, King of Morrowind, Duke of Mournhold, Defender of the People and the Law, loyal servant of the Emperor and Empire, etc. Mothsera Master Vvardenfell, Mage Lord, Prefect of Hospitality in the town of Sartrith Mora, aforesaid, hath entered into reconnaissance with sureties before His Majesty's Magistrates of Peace within the said district, whose name are hereunder written. We therefore, His Majesty's said magistrates, have hereby licensed and allowed the said Tamriel, the adventurer, Dark Elf, to travel abroad in the town of Sartrith Mora and its environs upon his or her own reconnaissance, to visit with all sundry, and make conversation and arrangement, and to seek lodging with the citizens, tradesmen, and publicans of said town, as put forth under law by the collective articles of the Council of the Great House Telvanni, Vvardenfell District, for 3 full years, whom from henceforth next ensuing, or till such other time that shall be by us or some of our fellow magistrates, thereunto appointed, provided that if said Tamriel during that time well and truly observe the collective articles of the Council of the Great House Telvanni, then this license shall presently cease and be utterly void. Signed, Mothsera, Master Vvardenfell, Mage Lord, representing the Sovereign Council of the Great House Telvanni. Wow. That is such a mouthful. They love their legalese. These are my favorite documents in all of the game, is when you find like these hyper over legal speech pieces of literature that are always tied to the bureaucracy of the Dunmer. I went past one in Cydanin when we started the game, and I regretted it immediately, so when we go back to Cydanin, we'll read it. It's a trade permit for Ariel's trading house, which is also just so hyper verbose, it hurts. It's so hilarious. Alright, so just remember those hospitality papers. We'll keep them cozy in our inventory, but just remember for when we come and solve this haunting. For now, though, we can legally enter Sartrith Mora. He says as he breaks his kneecaps, falling down. Alright. So, the Fighters Guild would be in Wolverine Hall. We will come back to the tower later on, because we'll be joining this house, absolutely. The inn here is the Thieves Guild, if I remember correctly. So, it's probably in here. So, it's not the shrine, so maybe the Fighter's Guild is in the basement? Yep, there we go.
What
Sup?
brings you here, friend?
Hello, Hassel. Can I join your guild? You wanna join my guild? Yes, I would like to join the Fighters Guild. You look like you could take care of yourself. Before I sign you up, you might want to look at the Fighters Guild charter. Are you ready to sign up now? Let's see what the charter is. Read me the charter. Your duties are to your lords and brethren. In all ways, proceed with honor and valor. Keep a keen and watchful mind, and never succumb to the craven tricks of the weak. As a member, you are permitted to use items in our equipment chest. It is traitorous to fight or thieve from other members of your guild. If you break these rules, you must speak to at least a warder of the guild. To redeem your standing, do you feel you can uphold these simple ideals? Tell me something, yon English speakers in my chat here. Is warder an actual title from anything at all in the English language? Or is this a phrase they borrowed from the Wheel of Time? Because I know of wardens, but I've only heard of a warder from that series. My computer just made a sound.